Well, I fucked up. Um, Wait for the next bus. It should be here shortly. Uh, yeah, a series of folly and blunders brought me to this point, but I think we'll be able to escape relatively unscathed. So I have this message here from this YouTube user, Wildheart, which is not out of character for Wildheart. Sterling says I talked to him yesterday. He's doing okay. I'll tell him you're looking for him. Well, yeah. I mean, I've been worried about him. I've been thinking about him. I saw him as recently, or as a month or two ago, on somebody else's stream. Kind of used to the guy doing regular content, and haven't seen a lot of him. And I was thinking about this thing that happened probably a little over a year ago. I was streaming, and Griffin Mary was on, and we were talking about Wildheart, like, in third person. I didn't even know he was in chat, and I was like mid sentence in whatever I was saying, and Wildheart popped into the stream, and it was like the conversation went a different way, but I was like trying to say how I was kind of over there on the same level, struggling with drinking and addiction and stuff, and obviously I've fallen hard since then, so you know. Uh, but I appreciate that guy. I think he's a great streamer, and if he deals with his issues, a great interlocutor. A lot of people will like to try to poke fun at people for being intoxicated in serious conversations and stuff like that. It's like, we still keep the pace, We're just a little jumbly, a little slurry, a little all over the place sometimes, But I think we are aware when we get out of our heads, we don't remember conversations, or we're spewing nonsense, and that helps to self-correct, It's like we all do it from time to time, and I do feel like Wildheart's gotten a bit of an unfair share of attention for that, but I also know a lot of people supported him and gave him money, and I understand that, but you knew what you were getting into when you signed up. You don't give charity and then shit on the person who you gave to for needing help. You know what I mean? That doesn't really add up. So that's where my mind is going with that. But I just miss that fucking guy, and I just hope he's doing all right. And that's kind of where I was at with that. I'm out here still just trying to maintain myself. I have no idea how this is going to go because I'm at a bus stop. It's not like I'm just waiting. It should be here any minute, and then I'll probably, I don't know, kill it, because you don't want to hear me ride the bus. And I might bring it back. It's getting late, though. It's going on midnight. I missed the first bus, so with my blender, I forgot some stuff back at the house. I lost my cigarettes before I left here, apparently. So when I got onto the hill, I was where I usually do the walk and talk, I was gonna turn the StreamYard on, and then I started realizing all of these things I was missing, and I was like, okay, well, this wouldn't really make sense for me to go home at this point. I've forgotten more than 3 things, that I really needed to kind of make this whole situation work. So I might as well turn back. And then I'm like, okay, is there a bus coming? Is there a bus coming? Initially, it told me that I had to take the bus that's still sitting here now and a connector bus, which would have taken an hour and 30, which is ridiculous, right? I could ride my bike in that time. But I mean, back to the place I came from, not even, I could ride home, or I can ride either way in an hour and 30, right? So it's like, okay, that doesn't really make sense. But I decided to double back, come back to work, and kind of just check out the situation. I didn't find the cigarettes, which was the item I lost before I left. The other shit is I have to recover elsewhere. But I was like, okay, I'll just double back and fuck it. If I have to stay here, I have to stay here. But it looks like there is one last bus coming that should shuttle me back to Mom's safely, and I can try again tomorrow. You know, I'll be a day late on the rent, but I think my landlord will forgive me. Here we have the standard of like between the first and the fifth, so I don't think it should be a super big deal if I'm like a day late on the rent. I've been stable in paying, and I pay in cash, so it's not like something I'm super worried about right now. I just have to make sure that I get up and do the thing tomorrow. And I took a list of notes, but they're in my pocket. I don't feel like taking it out right now, especially like I'm just out here on the bench watching this bus, this big empty bus, sitting here idling with nobody in it. This is the last run. So yeah, I'll have to, I got to do something about this bike. So the tire is losing air much faster than before, so that leak is getting worse. I definitely need to get a tube or a patch kit or something. And then I took off the front wheel when I chained it up earlier to try and deter theft, And so when you do that, like it's one of those quick, release things where you got the little tab and you turn, you spin it off, and then you pull that thing out. But it's got like these two springs that run in between the what is it, a sprocket? It's like the sprocket and the actual wheel of the bike. And so those two little things are lost out here. I lost both of them. I lost the first one, and I was like, fuck it, well, I'll see if I can get one back on. And then lost the second one. So another folly on my part. Here's the driver for my bus. And so I was like, well, I'm stuck in this situation already, so might as well. And I rode my bike down the street, and it's okay, like it works, but it's not ideal. I can hear it, squeaking and such. So I'm gonna have to replace those two, some kind of just little springy thingies. So yeah, we're all out here just living in this shithole together. This shithole called planet Earth. And yeah, I miss my buddy Wildheart. I hope he comes around again soon. I see the comment down here, and so yeah, I hope you're doing well if you hear this. And yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot else right now. Is that my bus? No, that's not my bus. That is a trailer, a car trailer. Better pound this beer. I hope it's not that guy who fucking hates me. I didn't even look in the car. Leave a present for my coworker. You don't want to know. All right. Trusty Ape out. Maybe I'll see you soon.